Alright guys, first I'm going to show you the Nuvo expanding mousse. This is an awesome product that you need in your craft room. So it's a medium that is thick, but it also can be made to be thin. What I did was just messed with it in my spatula. You'll see. So the color I'm using for my Nuvo expanding mousse is white linen because it's cream but kind of white at the same time. And it's a little bit shimmery. That's a bonus. So I have two stencils right here. This one on the left, I've already started to put a little bit of the expanding mousse over in this region. Now I'm going to show you how I'm doing this on my other side here, and we're going to show you different things. So first, I like to put some on my craft mat. I'm kind of going to move it around just to make sure it loosens and it becomes easy to work with. I'll scrape it up with my spatula, and then I'll start putting it on. Now, if I was going to do this for the project to send someone, I'd probably make sure I washi taped off these other sides also, so there wasn't any on those sides, but we're just showing a demo, so it's not that important that some gets over there, so that's totally fine. So I'm just moving it around. The nice thing about that, it is thick, but like I said, I was able to make it thin enough to work with the stencil, and that's such the rave right now. Now, I also don't have to worry about being completely smooth with this expanding mousse, because what's awesome about this is when I heat it to have it expand, you want to have that texture. So I'm even going to go back on my white one, and I'm going to do like this. I'm just going to hit it with my spatula a little bit while I'm holding down my stencil still so it doesn't move, just to give some bumps in crazy places. That will be more 3D in those areas that I just tapped to give those bumps. So that's an awesome little tip there. So I did spread this around pretty good. Now when you heat this, it's going to expand and puff up. That's super cool. Now over here, I want to do something different. I want to give it some color because it's white, which is like a base color that we can add too. I've got Shimmer Powders. Look at all these fun colors that I can add to my my stencil. And so these are Shimmer Powders. I have so many more colors. I don't have enough fingers. And what I'm going to use here, I'm going to use my Lilac Waterfall. That's probably my favorite one to work with. It's basically color in a bottle. So I'll take my lid off here, and it's got a nice little nozzle. Now I'm not going to squeeze, I'm going to tap. So I'm going to tap right over on my right side stencil. And this is something definitely easy to play with. Now I'm not going to do too much because you don't want the color to overpower the mousse here. Otherwise it's all blue. So I'm going to move it around with my spatula just to mix in the color a little bit. Now I don't want to move it around too much because I'll see it will start to all turn to one color. So already we have a really cool, pretty color going on right here in this area compared to just being white, and that's different. So from here, I could have kept playing. If I wanted a lighter color, I could have gone back with the expanding mousse and added more to fade out the color, or I could have added other colors. I could go back with my violet brocade, which is a different color, and add some of that in to get even a darker purple mixed in there. And I'd move that around. See how it became darker a little bit? All right, but not too much because we don't want it to be one unified color. I'm going to lift up my stencils so that I can dry them. Now you just want to be very careful about this part and always make sure you wash them off good. Just set that aside. And this really nice stencil gives a crisp design, the one I just happened to pick from our craft room. So you got our nice little petals here. We got a nice sunflower over there. Okay. So already it looks pretty good. You could let it dry and it's all good. It would stay as it is. Now if you want that expanding mousse texture, you're gonna have to hit it with the heat gun. So I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit it with the heat gun. It's gonna dry and then it will expand. So let's watch and see what happens. Now it's already started to dry and I see some puffing up over here. Let me show you what this is gonna look like when it's done. See this? I would use a Twirling Circles die from Tonic, and I did the same kind of method here. I spread it out all over the color, and you see the variation in color that I got. Over here, I spread too much and got one uniform purple, so that's what I was talking about. But right here, you can see it's starting to crackle, and that is the mousse expanding, and that's what you want. Even after this one, even after it cools off a little bit, if I see areas that are heavier than others, I can go back with the heat gun again and it will puff up even more. So I'm gonna keep trying. There we go. I see the puffiness happening at the bottom because that's where I concentrated more. But if you just look, you see the difference between this purple side and the plain side, the crackling. And this side I did go back and hit with my spatula to get those 3-dimensional pieces. I didn't do that over here. I probably should have, but that was a good tip. I do want to keep showing you though the shimmer powder that I showed you that we worked with. How amazing this stuff works. I like to use this with cards to make a background. Here's an awesome demonstration that's real quick. So that the Lilac Waterfall that I used first, I'm just going to do a couple taps of that one. And then here we have, Meteorite Shower is a good one. Look at that color. Wait, where are you? Okay, there we go. Look at that color. That's such a pretty black and purples. I'm all over that one. Anything purple I'm into. And let's see what else we got. We've got, Atlantis Burst. Here's a fun green. Everyone likes a good green. And here we have Golden Sparkler. That is a really pretty shimmer powder. And the nice thing, just remember about what I say about the labels. They're gonna look exactly like it does on the label, and that's such a bonus. So I'm gonna take my mini mister here. That's just a simple Ranger mini mister or any sprayer. And I'm gonna shoot at the powders from any type of angle to see where they explode. Because already you see that color over there, it's bursting out the more I hit it. And if I was working on a background for a card, I would move it around and watch it work around the paper. So I'm just gonna hit the other ones. Oh man, that one was real cool. Let's see, that one. So the powder one, that one was like a gold, and you got all these other colors with it. And the green, oh, that's such a pretty green. You've got green and light green and yellow in there. So these are such fun things to go back at. Even when, so I did the powder first and I did the water after. You can get a different result if you do the water and then the powder. So try that at home with your shimmer powders. You don't have them, we have them online. But definitely these are something to play with. I could even layer up on my powders. So check these out.